There is a small village near a big city. The village is quiet and peaceful. The houses are small. People know each other. In the village there is an old house. It looks dark and lonely. No one lives there now. People say the house is empty, but some say it is not empty. Once there was a girl named Lily. She was young, kind, and had bright eyes. Her eyes were like stars. Lily lived in that old house with her mother. Her mother was old and weak. She always sat by the window, looking outside. She waited for Lily. But now, Lily is alone. One day, Lily went to the city. She said to her mother, "I will come back soon." Her mother smiled, but she looked worried. She said, "Be careful, my dear." Lily promised, "I will be safe, and I will come back." Days passed, then weeks. Lily did not return. Her mother sat by the window every day. She looked outside, waiting. The village people said, "Lily will come back," but Lily's mother kept waiting, day and night. One cold night, Lily's mother closed her eyes and did not open them again. She waited too long. Her heart was tired, but her love for Lily was strong. She wanted to see her daughter one last time. Her spirit stayed in the old house, waiting for Lily to return. The villagers felt sad. They said, "The poor mother. She waited too long," but no one knew that her spirit was still there, waiting, hoping. The old house looked darker now. No one dared to go near it. They said, "It is not safe. There is something there." Years passed, and the village changed. New people came and went, but the old house stayed the same, dark and quiet. Some nights people heard soft crying from the house. They whispered, "It is the spirit of Lily's mother. She is still waiting." One evening, a young man came to the village. His name was Ben. He was tired from his journey. He looked for a place to rest. He saw the old house and felt something pulling him. He asked a villager, "Can I stay there?" The villager looked afraid. "No," he said. "That house is not safe. There is a spirit." Ben was curious. He wanted to see for himself. That night, he went to the old house. It was cold and dark inside. He felt a chill on his skin. Suddenly, he heard a soft voice, "Lily, where are you?" Ben's heart raced. He felt afraid but also sad. The voice was full of love and pain. He whispered, "Who are you?" The voice replied, "I am a mother, waiting for my daughter." Ben felt tears in his eyes. He said, "I am sorry. Your daughter is not here." The voice became quiet, like a whisper in the wind. Ben stayed in the house that night. He heard the voice again and again, always calling, always waiting. He felt a deep sadness. In the morning, he went back to the village. He asked the old people what happened to Lily. They told him the story. Ben decided to go to the city. He thought, maybe I can find Lily. Maybe she is still there. He traveled for days. The city was big and full of people. He asked around, but no one knew Lily. His hope started to fade. One day he met an old woman. She looked at him and said, "You are looking for someone." Ben nodded. She said, "I know her. She came here many years ago." Ben's heart beat fast. "Where is she now?" he asked. The old woman looked sad. "She left this world. She never went back to the village." Ben felt a deep pain in his chest. He thought of the mother's spirit, still waiting. He said, "I must go back and tell her." He returned to the village with a heavy heart. He went to the old house. It was quiet, but he felt the spirit was still there. He said softly, "I found Lily. She is gone." There was silence, then a soft cry. The spirit said, "Thank you. I can rest now." Ben felt a warm breeze, and he knew the spirit was at peace. He walked out of the house, tears in his eyes. He knew he had done something good. The village felt different now. The dark house looked calm. The spirit of a loving mother had finally found peace. Ben felt the weight of the story on his heart. He sat on the steps of the old house, looking at the sky. The stars were bright, like Lily's eyes. He thought about how love could be so strong, even after death. Days passed, and Ben could not forget the spirit of the mother. He started to think about his own life. He realized he, too, was always searching for something he had lost. Maybe it was love, maybe it was peace, or maybe it was a place to call home. The villagers noticed Ben stayed close to the old house. They asked him, "Why do you stay there?" "The spirit is gone now." Ben smiled softly and said, "I feel there is still something here." The villagers did not understand, but they left him alone. One rainy night, Ben heard a sound again. It was different this time. Not a cry, but a soft humming. It was a lullaby. He listened closely. The sound was coming from the old house. His heart raced. Is the spirit still here? He wondered. He stood up and walked inside. The house was cold, but the humming grew louder. It was a gentle, sad song. Ben followed the sound up the stairs to a small room. There, he saw a faint light, like a shadow of a person sitting by the window. "Mother," he whispered. The humming stopped. The shadow turned slowly toward him. A soft voice spoke. "Why are you here, my child?" Ben felt a chill, but he spoke with a gentle tone. "I wanted to know if you found peace." The shadow sighed. "Peace. I waited so long for Lily. My heart still waits." Ben felt tears in his eyes again. "But Lily is gone," he said softly. "She can never come back." The shadow replied, "I know, but my love for her keeps me here." Ben understood the pain in those words. he asked. Is there anything I can do to help you find peace? The shadow seemed to think. After a long silence, it said, Tell me a story. A story about love that does not end. Ben thought for a moment. He began to tell a story of a young girl who loved her mother very much. A girl who always dreamed of returning home but never got the chance. He spoke of the mother's endless wait, her hope, and her love that stretched beyond life and death. As Ben spoke, he felt the air grow warmer. The shadow listened quietly, sometimes nodding, sometimes sighing. When he finished, the room was silent. The shadow seemed to glow softly. Thank you, it whispered. Now I know my love was not in vain. Ben felt a warmth in his chest. He knew the spirit was finally ready to move on. But before the shadow faded, it said, Remember this, my child, love is never lost. It stays even in the quietest places. And with that, the shadow slowly disappeared, leaving only the soft hum of the lullaby in the air. Ben stayed in the village for a few more days. He felt a sense of calm, a sense of purpose. He decided it was time to move on, just like the spirit. The villagers thanked him for bringing peace to the old house. They believed the spirit would no longer haunt the nights. But Ben knew it was more than that. It was a story of love that could not be broken, not by time, not by distance, not even by death. As he left the village, he looked back one last time. The old house stood still and quiet, like a guardian of memories. True love is like a flame, it never truly goes out. It burns softly, even in the darkest moments. Have you ever felt a love so strong that it stayed with you, even when the person was gone? Share your story.